students, how are you all? I hope all you are keeping fine. I am Sukul Hemram. This video clip is part 1 of Computer Standard 6. Dear students, kindly open your book page number 47. Today we shall learn chapter 5, that is formulas in Excel. Let us read the lesson and learn from it. Formulas in Excel. When you use formulas in Excel for doing calculations, it is important to understand the concept of cell address. It is so because Excel saves the formula by using the cell address and not cell contents. When you want to change the contents of a cell, Excel automatically changes the contents of the formula cell on the basis of the new data. Dear students, how to use the formula in Excel and how it is useful for calculations. To calculate in Excel, we should understand the idea of cell address or concept of cell address. So, Excel saves the formula by using the cell address and not by cell contents. When we want to change the contents of a cell, Excel automatically changes the contents of the formula. And this is the basis of the new data. Cell address. A single worksheet of Excel contains more than 17 billion cells. So, in order to locate a particular cell, an address is assigned to each cell. A cell address is the intersection of the row and column where the cell is located. For example, a cell in column C and row 6 has the cell address as C6. In this figure, the cell C6 has been highlighted. Pointing. Instead of typing the cell address, click directly on the cell. This is an easier method of adding a cell reference. This procedure is known as pointing. After typing the equal or equal to sign in cell B7, click on cell B2 instead of typing B2. The mark Q appears on B2. The status bar shows the point of status. Now enter plus or addition sign and click on cell B3. Then type plus and click on cell B4 and on cell B5 and finally on B6 you will have the same formula. Press enter to see the value. Dear students, cell address. What is cell address? A single worksheet of Excel contains how many cells? More than 17 billion cells. and in order to locate a particular cell, an address is assigned to each cell. And what is cell address? Cell address is the intersection of the row and column where the cell is located. Suppose a cell in column B and row 5 has the cell address as B5. Similarly, a cell in column C and row 6 has the cell address as C6. When a cell in column B and row 5, in this figure the cell B5 has been highlighted, and when cell address as C6, on the time C6 cell has been highlighted, then pointing. Instead of typing the cell address, when we click directly on the cell, and it is the easier method of adding a cell reference, and this procedure is known as a pointing. And when we type equal or equal to sign in cell B7, then click on B2 instead of typing B2, and more Q appears on B2. Then enter plus or addition sign and click on cell B3. Then type plus and click on cell B4, and on cell B5, and finally on B6. And we will have the same formula, and we have to press enter to see our value. Page number 48. Operators in Excel. The basic arithmetic operators used in MS Excel are shown in the following table. Name of the operator, symbol used to. Addition. Add two or more numbers. Subtraction. Subtract a number from another. Multiplication. Multiply two or more numbers. Division. Divide a number by another. Power. Calculate the value of one number raised to power of other number, e.g. 3 to the power 2. Operator precedence. Operator precedence means the order in which the operators are executed when two or more operators are used in a single calculation. MS Excel follows the BOD-MAS rule. The operator precedence is shown in the table on the right. Calculations in MS Excel. Let us now learn how Excel is used to do calculations. Excel provides you the option to perform calculations without using a calculator. Calculations can be performed in MS Excel with ease. The only difference between writing a formula in MS Excel and in mathematics is that in MS Excel, a formula starts with an equal to sign and consists of the following four elements: number, element, action. 1. Operators. plus minus multiply division power and greater than etc. 2. Value numbers or the text value that can be entered directly. 3. Cell references, addresses of the cells containing values to be used in calculations. 4. Function built in formulas in MS Excel, sum, average, mean, marks, etc. Dear students, operator in Excel. An operator, how can operate in Excel? Especially in Excel, an operator can operate to calculate, and by using the following symbols: addition, subtraction, multiplication and division and power. Then operator precedence. What is the operator precedent? It means order in which the operators are performed, and when two or more operators are used in a single calculation. And MS Excel follow the BODMAS rule. B for brackets, O for order or power, D for divide, and M for multiply, A for add, and S for subtract. Then calculations in MS Excel. How to calculate in MS Excel? There is a option to perform calculations without using a calculator, and calculations can be performed in MS Excel with easily. Only difference between writing formula in MS Excel and in mathematics is that in MS Excel a formula starts with an equal sign and it consists the four elements. These elements are operators, value, cell references and function. Operators. What is the action of operators? It apply the plus, minus, multiply, divide, power and greater than mark. Then value. Value is the numbers or the text value which are entered directly. Then cell references. Cell references is it contains the address of the cell or value, and it is used in calculations. Then function. Function it builds in formulas in MS Excel as sum, average, mean and maximum marks, etc. Using formulas. You can use formulas to perform calculations like addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. A formula consists of mathematical expressions that include operands and operators to evaluate the result. It is quite easy to use a formula. You can enter a formula in the formula bar or inside a cell. Let us use an example for understanding the concept of entering the formula. In Excel, a formula always begins with an equal to sign. For example, equal to sign A5 plus B6 minus C7. Dear students, let us know how to use formulas or how to apply formula in MS Excel. Formulas are used to perform calculations like addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. And a formula consists of mathematical expressions or mathematical method that include operands and operators to calculate or to perform the final result. And it is very easy to use. You can enter a formula in formula bar or in a cell. Suppose you want to calculate A5 plus B6 minus C7. It means you want to add A5 and B6. Again you want to minus C7. So how we can enter it in the formula bar or inside a cell? You have to start from equal sign. First you enter equal sign, then A5, then plus sign, then B6, again minus sign and C7. Then you press the enter key and your result will be evaluated. Entering a numeric formula. You can type the formula either in the formula bar or in the cell. When you type a formula in a cell, it also gets displayed in the formula bar. As soon as you press the enter key after writing the formula, you can see the result in the cell. For example, in order to calculate the total marks of a student, you have to enter the formula, follow the steps given below. Step 1. Click in the cell where you want to display the total. For example, G2. Step 2. Type the values in the formula equal to B2 plus C2 plus D2 plus E2 plus F2. Step 3. Press enter key. The total will get displayed in the cell number G2. You can also perform addition or any other mathematical operation simply by using the mouse. Page number 50. For example, to calculate the expense of a month in the given worksheet, follow the steps given here. Step 1. Click in the cell B6 and type equal to sign. Step 2. Click in the cell B2. Step 3. If you want to select another cell, first press plus symbol key and then click the cell B3. Do the same to select the rest of cells. You will observe that the formula is equal to B2 plus B3 plus B4 plus B5. Step 4. Click on the Enter button on the formula bar. The result will appear in cell B6. For copying the formula to other cells, click in the cell. Dear students, how to enter numeric formula in MS Excel. By using this numeric formula, we can calculate total marks, total expense, and all other numeric expenses. Suppose we want to calculate marks of A students. So when we want to calculate marks, we have to follow 3 steps. And first step is click in the cell where we want to display the total marks. Then second step is type the values or marks in the formula bar as equal to B2 plus C2 plus D2 plus E2 plus F2. Then step 3 is press the enter key in the formula bar or in the cell. Then we can see the total marks in the following cell. In the similar way, if we want to calculate the monthly expenses, when we want to calculate the monthly expenses, there we have to follow 4 steps. Step 1 is click in the cell where we want to display the result or total expense. Then step 2 is click in the cell from where we want to calculate. Then step 3 is if we want to select another cell, then we have to press plus symbol key, then click the next cell. Accordingly, we can select the rest of cells. Then step 4 is click on the enter button in the formula bar. Then the final result will be displayed or total expense will be displayed in the following cell. Text formulas. The text value is a value on which subtraction, multiplication and division cannot be performed. Only addition can be performed by using a text value. In order to create a simple text value, type a word in double quotes, e.g. snakes. If you want to link this text value with other text, use the ampersand character. You can type snakes and ladders. Press enter key in the formula bar to see the result. Type the first word as snakes and leave a space before closing the quotation mark. If you want a space between two words, in order to know how the ampersand character is used, let us study the following example. Step 1. Type your data in the Excel worksheet. Step 2. In the formula bar, type the formula equal to A1 and quotation double quotation close, double quotation start, and VIDEO-1. Step 3. When you press the enter key, you can view the result. The text formula will also get displayed. Dear students, before we learned or we knew that numeric formula, and in numeric value we can perform subtraction, multiplication, division and addition. But in text formulas, by using the text value we can perform only addition. And in order to create a simple text value, we have to type the word in quotes. If we want to link one text with other text, we have to use the ampersand character, that means and symbol, and we can type it as equal to quotation start, snacks, double quotation close, and double quotation start, ladders, double quotation close. And after that we press the enter key in formula bar and we can see the result. If we want to space between the words, then first we have to type the word as snacks within double quotation marks and leave a space before closing the quotation mark. Then we type the another words. To understand this formula, we have to follow the 3 steps, and these 3 steps are: first step is type the data in the Excel worksheet. Then step 2 is in the formula bar we have to type it. Then step 3 is we press the enter key and we can view the result. Error result. Sometimes a formula will display an error result if it has not been entered properly. MS Excel displays error values in the cell when you write the formula and press the enter key. Here is a list of some common errors that MS Excel returns along with their reasons. Error possible reason: href when the cell reference is invalid, h-value when the formula contains invalid data, h-n/a when data is not available. Fifth H, when a column is not wide enough for accommodating the values, h-div/o when the formula contains an invalid operation division by 0, h-name when a formula is not recognized by MS Excel. Dear students, in MS Excel display the error when we put the formula error, and if it has not been entered properly, MS Excel display error values in the cell when we write the formula and press the enter key. If we put the formula error, then result will be error. And here is a list and common errors that are mentioned. When the cell reference is invalid, on that time the error will display href, and when the formula contains invalid data, on that time the error mention h value, and when data is not available, on that time error will display h(n/a) or h(n/a), and when a column is not wide enough for accommodating the values, on that time the fifth h will be displayed. And when the formula contains an invalid operation division by 0, on that time error will display as h(div/o). Then if formula is not recognized by MS Excel, on that time the error will mention h_name. Auto sum feature. By using the auto sum feature, you can quickly add numbers in the selected cells. This feature is particularly useful when you want to add all numbers in a contiguous row or column. The auto sum button is present in the editing group on the home tab. Let us take up an example to understand the concept of this feature clearly. In this example, we shall calculate the total sales of various regions. Step 1. Type the data in MS Excel datasheet. Step 2. Select the cell E3. Step 3. Select auto sum option. Page number 52. Step 4. Press enter. The total sale of the north zone will be displayed as shown below. Step 5. In the same way, you can calculate the total sales of other region by using the fill handle option. Dear students, auto sum feature. In MS Excel, there is a auto sum feature, and it feature provides us quick addition of various numbers of the cells content, and this feature is particularly useful when we want to add all numbers in a contiguous row or column. And auto sum button is present in the editing group on home tab, and if we want to add various cell contents of the row or of the column, then we have to follow 4 steps. Step 1 is first type the data in MS Excel datasheet. Then step 2 is select the cell where our result will be displayed. Then step 3 is select the auto sum option. Then step 4 is after selecting the auto sum option, you should press the enter key and the total number will be displayed on the selected cell. All our final result will be displayed on the selected cell.